Hello. Good evening and welcome to the Tessa-Marie show. This is Tessa-Marie, and how are you doing on this absolutely wonderful Tuesday evening? Tuesday is the pillar of physical prosperity, and tonight we are going to use the pillar of physical prosperity to help you, show you how it affects your actual desires. So as you know, we are using the 5 pillars interchangeably as we go through the week. On Monday, we use the pillar of emotional prosperity. Tuesday, physical. Wednesday, mental. Thursday, spiritual. And Friday, of course, financial. So here we are. And tonight, we're using the pillar of physical prosperity to show you how you can use it to achieve your desires. Physical prosperity, when we hear it, the first thing we think about is boxing and exercising, getting ready, lifts, leg lifts, stretches, burpees, planks and leg lifts and lunges and squats and the usual thing. And all of that is true. Physical prosperity is that and more. So I know there are some of you out there is going to come in, click on the button, physical prosperity and your desires. Tessa-Marie is always out of the box, you're going to say. You're going to doubt me. But I know how to channel your pillar of physical prosperity and get it to help you achieve your desires. And I know exactly what to do, because you know what? I have used it myself. Although I have used it myself, I still would like to show you exactly what you can do to make sure you channel your physical prosperity to help you achieve your desires. Oh, don't give up on me yet. This girl knows what she's talking about. I know how, and I can show you how. You know how when I talk to you, when I mentor you, or I encourage you, or I coach you, I inspire you, I enlighten you, I educate you, I encourage you, I pump you up, and I accelerate you. I said, do not worry about the how. The how will automatically, without any effort of you, find the way to you, as long as you know the why and the what. Why you want to do it and what it is you want to do. So why you desire to succeed and what you desire to get. The how has legs of its own. The how has a force of its own. And sometimes the how comes to you with people like me. People who have been there, tried it, succeeded, pushed and shoved, know the way, have cut the trail, left a path, just for you to follow. So tonight, I am bringing you to this point. I am bringing you tonight to make sure you hop on the path. I cut the trail. I am a trailblazer in fixing physical prosperity and desires. Each and every one of these pillars I have conquered myself. That's why I have the right and the ability and the wisdom with knowledge to teach you how to do this. How to use your physical prosperity to blaze a trail, to reach your desires. There are people tonight that I have seen who have done it. There's one young lady here tonight. I know when I mention her name, she gets all a little bit upset. But Rose does. Rose has cut her trail. She cut her teeth on using her physical prosperity to gain her desires. I know she has. So those of you who have not, these are people you follow. Look at Rose. She's done it. So tonight I'm telling you, if you have a desire to fulfill, you need all your 5 pillars. You need each one of the 5 pillars to be working with you to enable you to achieve your desires. That is what the 5 pillars are. They are physical, emotional, spiritual, financial, and of course, you have mental. They are not more important. Not one is more important than the other. As far as we know, those 4 fingers are great. They're like family. They stick together. And then there is the thumb. And we criticize it and say, oh, don't stick out like the thumb. But you know for sure, without that magnificent not staying with the rest of the group thumb, I would not be able to hold that cup of water. I need the thumb to grasp it, to hold it. So that's why the 5 pillars are all important. And on that, I'll take a sip. The 5 pillars without the thumb is not 5. 4 without 5 is weak. Pressure is on the other 4. So if physical prosperity is not in shape, how are you meeting those pillars? How are you going to meet your desire? How are you going to achieve that? It's not achievable without all 5 of them coming together. So what I want you to understand, and I will reiterate it because somebody wants to know what the 5 pillars are. The 5 pillars are your mental prosperity, your emotional prosperity, your physical prosperity, your spiritual prosperity, and your financial prosperity. You need these 5 pillars to be working together in unison like a team in order for you to live a fulfilled life. And a fulfilled life is a life where you own your own home or have the ability to pay for your own home, drive a car of your choice, go on a few annual vacations, not 1, 2, 3 vacation of your choice. And at the end of all that journey, to be able to be debt-free. That's living a fulfilled life. In order to do that, you need to make sure your physical prosperity is on tune. Think about it. You have finance going, you have all the money in the world, but you cannot get on an airplane or a boat or in a car to go and live that life you so yearn. A life of freedom, a life to travel, a life to even go to a restaurant and sit and have a meal of your choice. Because your physical prosperity is not there. That's what I'm talking about tonight. Tonight is physical prosperity night. And you need that physical prosperity to be on point. I found out what on point was of on flick. When my niece told me, Auntie Tessa, your eyebrow is on flick. And I go, yeah? She said, tell my mom. And I told my sister, she said, where did you get that from? I said, your daughter. She said, they're going to have you saying things you're not supposed to say. Don't worry, this kid. I said, she told me to tell you my eyebrow is on flick. And my sister started laughing. So anyway, the point of it is that you need to get your physical prosperity on flick. It has to be ready to do the things you want. So let us say, you have this grand desire. Let us just say that desire you have is something you want to achieve, a dream of yours. You want to go away. You want to travel. Let's just use travel because it seems to be the big thing we're all waiting to swallow it for one gulp, since we haven't been able to do it for a little bit over 2 years. For me, over 2 years, I'm dying. So you want to go or you want to achieve another goal. Your goal is you want to buy a home. You want to drive a car. But when you have to drive a standard and your legs are not shifting when you shift the gear, or you want to drive just an automatic and your right leg is not getting on the gas pedal or on the brake in time. That is a physical handicap. That is going to prevent you from reaching that desire. So you need to fix that physical pillar. We need to have that physical pillar on point. We need to make sure that physical prosperity is on tune. What do? You call a coach. You have to take action. There are actions. You call Rosie, you call Tehran, you call Jermaine. People who are doing physical repair on bodies that have been torn. They have nutrition they will give you. They have ideas they will put in your head. You will see it by themselves. They're not only going to show you, you're going to look at them and see they're physically in shape. One jumps from a hot tub into a cold ice bath. Another one is training people in 10 time zones. Another one is taking somebody who was destroyed by bullets in Lebanon and trying to get him to stand up and to walk. That is physical prosperity at play there. These are what those three, and this is only three we know in our circle. Rose is here tonight. Tehran is training somewhere. Jermaine is training in England, training people. He has this man that is twice Jermaine's height. And Jermaine is trying to get him to just stand up and walk one step. Doctors in Lebanon and in England gave up on him. He was shot by whoever killed him. He was not even in the war. That person was a worker for the Red Cross. And he is crippled. Jermaine believes, and he believes through physical prosperity and training and proper nutrition, he's going to move his legs one day. That is what physical prosperity will get you to your desire fulfilled, to lose the weight you want to lose. Rosie is showing you how you can use it to heal emotionally, spiritually, physically, everything. And taking it and making sure the body is fine and then saying this is what you eat. And Tehran is on the other side doing the same and busy training people from all over the world. Physical prosperity is a must. So when you or me, at this present moment in my life, no medication. Water, my vitamins, eating wisely, and sometimes eating not so wisely. But exercising every morning for 20 minutes when I first get up, and then going for a 30-minute power walk around 9 a.m. So far for the day, I have already walked 11,000 steps. I have exercised for 50 minutes. I have moved my body at 600, whatever that moving number is. And that is keeping myself physically prosperous. So I can stand up twice a day for almost an hour and talk to you without feeling aches and pain, and I'm up at 5:30 in the morning. That's what spiritual prosperity is all about. Keeping the body moving. Something in motion stays in motion. You know what I mean? I don't know it too well. I'm sure you guys know. A body in motion stays in motion. So your physical prosperity must be on point each and every day in order for you to win, in order for you to succeed. What is the point of you having the dream to be rich, to be famous, to be the best of what you are trained to do, and physically you are not there? Your physical prosperity is what you have to keep in order to help you reach your desires. You can work the world and make millions of dollars. Millions of dollars will not give you physical prosperity. You have to do something about your physical prosperity in order you can enjoy that $1 million. Simple. That's how it is. There are people that you have to tune into. Look at Tehran. As I said, training in 7, 10, 11 time zone. Jermaine, my nephew in England, is taking a man that was bullet-ridden body from Lebanon in the war. He was a Red Cross worker. And Jermaine is working with him physically to make sure he can stand up one day and take 2 steps. Jermaine doesn't know him. Jermaine, my nephew, is doing that free. He's not charging him a penny. 4 times a week he's in the gym with this man that is 6'7" tall. And he's getting him to try to just stand up. He was hit by the bullets because he was a Red Cross worker in Lebanon. Rosie, we know, is teaching you your health and nutrition. She goes from hot to cold in a minute and watching your nutrition. That's what physical prosperity have. If you're not physically in shape, you cannot really and honestly enjoyed any part of your life. You are not able to spiritually kneel in church or go to church. You cannot walk. You cannot drive a car. What your desire, you want to go and travel the world. Well, how are you doing it if you are not taking care of your physical prosperity? So physical prosperity is key in helping you reach your desire. Physical prosperity is the lock that is standing there. You need to open it and walk in. Desires and gains of financial and mental and emotional, all the prosperities are there. All four can be there, but as I said, I cannot hold this cup with 4 fingers and expect it to be the best holding of the cup I can do, as you can see. I need the thumb. I need the thumb to hold that cup. So none of the pillars are more important than the other. Each one of them has their unique place, and they need to come together. Tonight, your physical prosperity, you need to keep it in tune in order to meet your other desires. You want to be a coach. Do you want to be willed into the room to coach, or do you want to walk in the room to coach? You want to be an interviewer. Do you want to sit and cross your leg to coach, or do you want to sit and not be able to choose your position? And when you decide what it is you desire, do whatever you need to do to keep your physical prosperity on point, or like my niece said, flick, so you can use it to give the best you can to the rest of the world. So no matter what job you have, what position in life, what career you have chosen, you could be the very highly paid sanitation workers in Toronto. And if you cannot go up and down that truck and press the button the right way to pull the garbage bin and toss it over and take it and put the big thing in the gutter and clean it out, guess what? You are not making that money. You are not getting the pension you so desire. So what I have to say to you, take care of your physical prosperity. Do what you have to do in order to keep that physical pillar healthy, so that you can live a fulfilled life, a life where you own your own home, and you can pay that mortgage and make sure it's paid off on time. Buy and drive a car of your choice whenever you want to. Go on more than one vacation a year. And at the end of that working career journey, live a life where you are debt-free. You are not depending on your children to help you in your old age. That's what physical prosperity can help you do. You can work for your 43 years of working and get your pension, or save your money, have your 401k, have your registered retirement savings plan, whatever your country has. But without keeping your physical prosperity in tune and on flick, guess what? You are looking at a dismal future. You are looking at a future where you will not be able to do the things you want to do. Choose, people, choose to live a fulfilled life. A prosperous life with prosperity. But you need to be physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually ready to take advantage of that financial work you're doing right now. I have many colleagues, and their prayer and they say, Tessa, I'm monetizing my coaching. I'm monetizing this. I'm monetizing that. But it's no point you monetize it, and physically you're not ready to do it. How are you monetizing your future, your life, your present, and you are not able to give it what it wants to give you, that fulfilled life? A life where you have a choice. A life where you can climb Machu Picchu at your age. I did that just in 2019. Took 4 days of climbing and 4 days of sleeping in a tent. But I got to the top. I was the 2 people of the 27 that did it. Why? I take care of my physical prosperity. I am up very early. I go to bed at the same time. I wake up at the same time. I exercise in the morning. I walk. I stand up and I talk to you, and I'm never tired. because I make sure my physical prosperity is on flick, is on point. You cannot live a fulfilled life if you live it ordinarily. You cannot want a better life if you cannot enjoy the days after working for 43 years. Do you know that is how long? You graduate university about 20 to 23. The rest of the time you were working. You turn 65, 67 and you get a pension. What are you going to do? Sit down and look at it. Say, oh, do you want freedom 55 and retire after 33 years? But you need to have that desire to do this. And in order to fulfill that desire, physical prosperity must be on fleek. People, fleek. Point is not strong enough. If you don't know what I mean when I say it has to be on fleek, ask a niece or a nephew, because it was my niece that told me about fleek. So get on fleek and get that physical prosperity in shape, so that your desires will be fulfilled. What that desire is, I don't know. You know it, you have it, you're holding it, it's in your chest, it's yours, you cannot breathe. When you think of it, you shiver. When you think of it, you get hot. I'm so hot. When you think of it, I'm so cold. That's your desire. How are you going to get it? What do you have to do to make sure this desire is fulfilled? When physically you are choosing not to eat properly. As I said, I know 3 young people that are doing everything to encourage the people I know. 3 in my tiny little circle. I am not a big time person. But I know Rosie Rose. She's a nutritionist. She will give you some tips. She will train you. I know Tyrone. He's training in 11 or 10 time zone. I know my nephew in England who's taking a man that is in a wheelchair, crippled from a bullet, as a Red Cross worker and trying to get him to stand up. That I know, free of charge. Those I know. You can tap into those 3 or another 3 or another 3. If you find physically you're not going to make it to 65 feeling like you are wonderful, amazing, and prosperously physically fit, or you're not going to be 55 like that, what I am saying to you is that you must. You have to. You do not want to be the person standing at the drugstore counter waiting for a list of tablets when you could have fixed it with food. Talk to Rosie, talk to Tyrone, talk to Jermaine. Fix it with food. Our first medication comes from food. All of the drugs we're taking comes from the forest. Aspirin, simple little aspirin, comes from a tree. But look at what they've done with it, right? So this is what I'm saying to you. We decide, we choose. And don't be afraid, and don't feel sorry, and don't feel hurt when you show up here and you are hearing me shouting at you. I am not mad. I am passionate about our life. Because I know what it is to live that life I want you to enjoy. I know what it is to live that enjoyable life of freedom, of physical freedom, to be able to bend down and touch your toes, to stretch out there, to walk and do 1 kilometer in 10 minutes. And that is amazing. To walk 1 kilometer in 10 minutes is stunning. To be digestive, relaxed and free and having a good night's sleep. Why? Because you ate well. You exercise. You tried something new. You saw Rosie goes in the sauna and then she jumps into the ice bath. Not for long. Just the idea. Just the mere thought of doing it. It should be stimulating to your heart. And the joy on your face when you have conquered it. I know that joy. I felt it when I climbed the bridge in Sydney, Australia. When I went around the top of the CN Tower in Toronto at the age of 70, I climbed it and I walked it. And when I went to Machu Picchu at the age of 73, and I got to the top, and people who were 40 couldn't do it. And when I came down, they told me why they couldn't do it, and they asked me, how could you do this? We have to prepare for a better life. We must do that. Your desire is to be able to live it, not to expect 4 weak fingers to hold a cup because the thumb is broken, the physical prosperity is sick. No, you want all of those fingers to grasp that cup and move it to your mouth with will of your own. Physical prosperity is your key, one of your 5 keys to meet your desire. So tonight, when you are thinking tomorrow morning and you set the alarm to get up at 6 so you could go for a walk around the block, and something is saying, oh, just take another little snooze. Ask that something. Are you going to be here when I need help to move? And if the answer is silent or no, then get up, because the only person that's going to be here is you, for you, through thick and thin. Besides the God above, it's you. So when you set an alarm, or when you make a determination to do something to enhance your physical prosperity in order to meet your desires of your heart, and something standing in the way and saying, just one more snooze, slap it in the face and say, get out of here. I need to go, because are you going to be here in 10 years to help me off this bed? And if the answer is silence or no answer, jump up, kick it in its face, stand up at the window, open the window and say, good morning world, here I come. That's what we have to do. Let the world know that we are ready to fulfill our desires. If you want to live that life, you need to push. You need to know, and you need to let it go, because that is what you have to do. You really must do, is to make sure your financial prosperity is on flick in order that you meet the desires. There is very little one can do if physically you cannot do it. Nobody is coming. Your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual prosperity is your job. It belongs to you. You are in connection with self. Self is depending on you to take it to the next level. Your magnificent husband, sweetheart, lover cannot do it. They can support you, but they cannot fill you. They can support you, but they cannot put it in the cup for you. You are on your own there. Claim your right place to be you. Claim your position to be the man or woman you were placed on this planet to be. Sending you light and joy. I hope I filled your cup tonight. I hope I gave you something to think about tonight. I hope I gave you sufficient information on that pillar of prosperity and physical prosperity in order to help you to live a fulfilled life. A life where you will earn whatever you want to earn, to buy whatever you want to own. Your own home, the ability to pay it with ease, more than one vacation a year, drive the car of your choice, and when you get older, be debt-free with money to do whatever you want. Sending you light and joy. Have an absolutely amazing night.